Next, now that you have a communicative seller, let's talk about how to get more triage calls done. So remember, a lead connection is just email, call, or text. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've done the triage call. You just have a communicative seller. So there's 3 things that you can do in order to get more triage calls done and to optimize your triage call rate. The first one is speed to lead. The second one is going crazy ex-girlfriend. The third is a big check. Maybe y'all think I'm crazy. I coined these terms. Shut up. I'll teach you them in a little bit. Speed to lead. What is speed to lead? It's the time that it takes to get to the lead. Once they come into your funnel, how fast do you get to them? Harvard Business Review did a fantastic study here. 2,200 U.S. companies. They said firms that try to contact potential customers within an hour of receiving a query were nearly 7 times as likely to qualify the lead as those that tried to contact the customer even an hour later, and more than 60 times as likely as companies that waited 24 hours or longer. I have to tell you, you all think that you're fast at responding to leads, but you're only counting the ones that you try. You're only counting the ones that you get to. When you put it up against paper, I guarantee you your average would blow your mind. It's far worse than what you actually think it is. Let's talk about crazy ex-girlfriend. Crazy ex-girlfriend is nothing more than simultaneous calls in rapid succession. I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. But first, let's get into the psychology of this, because I don't want any, I think Brad calls it like pretentious people. I don't even know what that means, to be honest. I don't want people to think that I'm being sexist, okay? So let's talk about the reason. Hold on. If every one of you got a dial right now, like your phone started ringing, most of you, if you don't recognize the number, are swiping red, correct? The reason for that, as many of you know, is because there's so many robo-dials. 67% of people are not going to pick up the phone call, and I don't know if that's actually true. It's from a reputable source. 67% of people won't pick up the phone if they don't recognize the number. There's so much robocalls that happen that most of us don't do it. But the more times you try, the higher your likelihood of succeeding, of getting through is. Now, these numbers, attempts 1, 2, and all of them, a matter of fact, but we're only going to talk about 3, are talking about 1 day apart. Day 1, day 2, day 3. So by day 3, you have an 81% chance if you call once per day. What's better than calling once per day? Once per minute? Because then the number doesn't go to 81, it goes to 91. Let's talk about the psychology behind that. Now let's do the same thing. Your phone rings right now. You don't recognize the number. You swipe red. You put it back in your pocket. 30 seconds goes by, and it comes back. Your phone is buzzing. You, again, don't recognize the number, but you note it in your head. I wonder if this is the same person. It can't be a robocall because robocalls don't dial twice in a row, right? So maybe you'll remember like the area code. Maybe you'll remember the last 4 digits. Chances are 2/3 of you anyway is still going to put it back in your pocket. 2/3 of you will not answer the phone. 30 seconds goes by, and it rings again. That is the same phone number. It has the same area code. It has the same 4 last digits. 91% of you will stand up and go to the back of the room and take the call. Let's talk about, though, if you don't have your phone on you, and it's sitting here, and you don't know that it's ringing. You're off doing your own thing, and you come back, and you see, oh, shoot, I have 3 missed calls, 1 voicemail, and a text message. Have you guys ever heard, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. One hand washes another, depending on how old you are. This is called the law of reciprocity. So if I go above and beyond trying to reach out to you, and I call you 3 times, I leave you a voicemail, I send you a text message letting you know the purpose of my call, chances are, very likely, that the law of reciprocity says that I tried very hard to get in touch with you, and even though you're so busy and it's really inconvenient for you to call me back, you will. So this is what crazy ex-girlfriend looks like. Attempt number 1, you call. If they don't pick up, then you hang up. You call again. If they don't pick up, you hang up. You call again. If they don't pick up, now you leave a voicemail and you send a quick text message. Then you wait 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, attempt number 2. You call. If they don't pick up, hang up. If you don't call again, if they don't pick up, hang up. Or don't hang up. Leave a voicemail, send a quick text message, and you're done for the rest of the day. Call more than that, and somebody can say that you're harassing them. Attempt number 3 happens the following day. So now this is day 2 after they've filled out a form. You're going to call, same thing. If they don't pick up, hang up. If they don't pick up, you're going to leave a voicemail followed by a text message. That's what crazy ex-girlfriend looks like. So these 3 things that we've talked about, only 2 to this point. Speed to lead, crazy ex-girlfriend, they will work wonders. The last thing, here's some screenshots that we took. So whether it's me, Kay, Roderick, Kevin, it doesn't matter. I promise you, you will get results. Make 2 phone calls next time instead of 1. If you're ballsy, make 3 phone calls next time instead of 2. People will get back to you. Whether they pick up then, if they're holding their phone, they have a 91% chance of picking up. If they're not in front of their phone, they will get back to you when they see it. The last thing that I want to talk about is big checks. So this sort of looks like a funnel. It's supposed to look like a funnel, right? Comes in. So this is your sales funnel, like for a lead manager. When a baby, this is kind of it's weird. When a baby is born, you have to take care of it urgently. Right? So that's why it's called baby lead. It's like, this is a brand spanking new lead. Somebody needs to call this urgently. Next is respond to seller. This means somebody has texted you. They've tried to call you or something, and you need to call them back. This is somebody who's interested, but they weren't available at the time. This is discovery. You've moved them further down in the pipeline. You notice there's 10 people in baby lead, 8 people in respond to seller, 0, and 1. What does the 0 have that none of the others do? 1 little check. So as I clear out all of my baby leads, what am I going to get over here? A check. So you take care of all your new leads, you get a check. Then you take care of the people that you need to respond to, you get a check. I have nobody that's interested. I already have a check. And then I'm going to take care of this person that's in discovery. And I'm going to get a check. What happens when you get 4 checks? You get a big check, except it's not a really big check. It just tells you you're the awesomest person today. All this is, it's a little hit of dopamine. Right? It's a little win. We all enjoy little wins, and sometimes I'm that guy. I don't particularly like calling sellers. I'm really good at it, but I don't like calling sellers. And so me just doing my job, and getting these people taken care of, it's fulfilling every day, going through and seeing that I'm getting closer and closer to getting my big check. I'm knocking them out 1 step at a time. So we've talked about speed to lead, crazy ex-girlfriend, big checks. But don't believe me. Let's say that I'm full of crap. But data doesn't lie. Data is king. So let's take us back to July of 2021, 1 year ago. I know that we're in August, but August isn't over yet. So let's just talk about July. July 2021. Somebody tell me how many leads were brought in. 28. How many triage calls were done? Freaking pathetic. Let's bring it to October of last year. 23 leads came in, and 8 of them were triaged. So we're getting better, and that was the month that we started to learn about these things. Speed to lead, big checks, crazy ex-girlfriend. That was the month that we started to learn about it, but we were barely implementing it. Let's fast forward into this year, Q2. So all of Q2, April, May, June of this year. We had 159 lead connections, and how many triage calls? A 58% conversion. Now, let's take it to last month. Just last month, in July, 22 leads came in, and 22 leads got handled. 100%. From last year, July, to this year, July, data does not lie that these three things will make a massive impact in how many people you triage. But this is a subset of data. I love data, and I know data can be manipulative. Just looking at July is a lie, so let's look at Q2. Q2 is not done, right? We're in August. It's the 19th. So from July 1st to yesterday when I took the screenshot, we have 42 lead connections, and out of those, we've triaged 40, which is 95. Not quite 100. 100 is not sustainable, right? We're not God. We're not freaking perfect. But 95% of the people that are communicative, we're getting in touch with. If you want to get in touch with more sellers and get them triaged, be faster to them, call them more, and call them every day.